Keith, and he's a golfer. Nick Price. I call him Nick all the time. Do you and Kaysen and Keith have to spend more time together? I mean, are you still like a work in progress? You know, learning each other.
I think everything's a work in progress. We all work very, very hard. You know, Keith works. You know, is the hardest worker I've ever met in my life. And you always can catch us in the Dempsey working out together, getting routes right, and it's going to be a work in progress. You know, we want to be the best, you know, tandem, you know, that's out there, and that's going to take a lot of work and dedication and film and a lot of other things. And I think that's what we're on the road to, and I think we're working very hard to it. And not every game's your game, but we're working hard, and a lot of good things did come from this group.
Next 8 months going to be long months for you?
No, not at all. It's going to be probably pretty quick.
Thanks a lot.
Austin, what's the cure for slow starts on offense? You seem to be a pretty consistent theme for you guys this year.
Yeah, I don't really know. If I knew, I'd probably try and fix it. But you know, I think I'm not the right person to ask for that. I don't really know.
And today, were they doing anything different to you in the first half than the second half?
No, they were doing nothing different from the first half to the second half at all. It was. I don't know. It was this same thing over and over again.
And you probably don't want to talk about this at this point, but I'll ask anyway.
Yeah.
Numerous records this year. When you look back on your year, how do you feel about it?
How do I feel about my personal year?
Yeah.
It could have been a lot better. I'm a little disappointed in myself, but you know, I'm thankful for the opportunity, you know, to be able to compete with this team and with this group of guys. But you know, overall, I'm a little disappointed in overall of everything that I did this year. But I think there's a lot of room to grow. And I think that's just my competitive nature of just not ever being comfortable. And I don't think I'm ever going to be comfortable with or where my play's at. And I think there's a lot of things I need to improve on where I can actually be considered, you know, a good tight end.
Sorry to ask this too now, but we may not have another chance.
Yeah.
Basketball, any idea on that yet?
You know, I got to sit down with Coach Sark, sit down with Coach Romar, talk to my mom, and figure it out.
Also, you talk about Keith's struggles a little bit, sort of that roller coaster season and in a roller coaster game too today. What sort of needs to happen over the offseason to get him better, and maybe on the same page?
Yeah, I didn't say anything about his struggles, but Keith's working very hard, just like everyone else, and no one's perfect, and everyone has their ups and down games, and that's an offensive thing, and we need to do a better job to help him out too. It's not all him, and the receivers need to do a better job, and everyone needs to do a better job. And, tight ends, running backs, O-line, everyone needs to do a better job so we can help Keith out, because he's putting his body out in line for us, and he's working his tail off. I wouldn't want anyone else back there.
How good is the motivation is there to play them again in September? I mean, you could play tomorrow if you wanted to.
I mean, no, I don't know if I'd want to play tomorrow, but the motivation is we get to play against a very good team, that we got to play today, and it's going to be fun opening up in the 2013 season with a fantastic crowd behind us, and it's going to be awesome. We're very excited for the challenge to play Boise State again.
Through the eyes of the blocking tight end, tell us a little bit about what you saw from Bishop today.
I saw a guy running hard, running dedicated, running with passion, and running with fearless. And I mean, that's how he's been running all season. I think he's the most underrated running back in the Pac-12. The guy does everything. He can catch, he can pass block, he can run. And he was just playing his tail off today. I'm so proud of him. He carried us.
You can hear things out there. And was he wearing those guys down a little bit, frustrating them at all?
Oh yeah, he was definitely wearing them down. Bishop's, he's not the biggest guy, but he'll give you a little punch.
Sean Parker.
And he was playing his butt off, and he was definitely wearing them down. From catches to screens to runs, he was doing it all today.